Yeah, good day, everybody. My name is Olowolagba Adewale Michael. I am a participant in the MMM Guidance School, batch 11. So I'm here before you to discuss the ideology of MMM, the rules and regulations, how you get started, the rules and regulations, the benefits of MMM to you. Permit me before I go on discussing the ideology, let me first brief you what the situation that led to the conception of MMM ideology. A scholar, a Spanish scholar, once say, in regards to Cicero, once say that fortune and not wisdom rule lives. Let me take that again. A Spanish scholar, Cicero, said, fortune and not wisdom rules lives. What does he trying to explain by this quote is that going deep by this saying, one can realize that wisdom and knowledge are just an instrument in the hand of the wealthy, and that sound mind are not always at the forefront of authority when it comes to human existence. But only the wealthy, the powerful, government, and influential people in the society. The world is wicked. The world we live is a world of money. And a saying says that money answereth to all things. That is to say, the amount of money you possess determines the extent of your freedom. The more money you have, the more freedom you enjoy. And this modern world is bad, is inhumane, unfair, and unjust. The modern world is not for ordinary people, but for those that print the money. When we say the people that print the money, we talk about the bankers, we talk about the financiers, we talk about the government. Those are the people that really could survive in this modern world. And ordinary people and other people are just like a paw in their hand. They're just like a paw in their hand. It's been said before that labor are said to be the scale upon which wages and salaries are determined, whereby the limited resources that is available is being shared to everybody according to the measure of their labor. But it's quite unfortunate that the best laborer are not the highest paid worker. In this uneven justice, or uneven or unjust world, not to say that such a worker even enjoy and live like their contemporary. So for someone to be the best laborer in the labor market does not really mean that he's going to earn more wages or more wage, or is even going to live better than any other person. You see, very unjust word. Very unjust word. Very unjust word. But rather, what you said is that man has become an instrument in the hand of those that matter in this unjust world, and they can be discarded whenever they are not useful again. The people that has the society, the people that has the money, the people that has the economy of this modern world, they've turned all the other subjects, all other co-tenants on the planet of Earth, they've turned them to an instrument whereby they use to achieve their selfish and greed objective. And you discover that at the end of the day, after making use of these people, they discard them just like a waste paper into a dustbin. And when they are no more useful even to themselves and to the society they find themselves. The society they find themselves. So, what we're saying is this: the unjust world and how the influentials are making they are using the less privileged, the ordinary people. Has become a wagon in the hand of the slave drivers. That is, they control what comes to you and how those things come to you. You see, they control how it comes to you. They determine what you eat. They determine what you wear. They determine the labor of your wages. They determine your time. They determine everything. They determine the kind of house you live in. They have so captured everybody and make use of men as a tools in their hand. They make use of men as a tools in their hand. And upon this deception and unjust wickedness of this modern world, that Segre Morodi, the founder of MMM, conceived the ideology of MMM. And when we talk about MMM, let's discuss what we really mean when you're talking of MMM. MMM is not a bank. People should know that this is not a bank. It's not a bank. You should understand that. MMM is not a financial organization where profitability is the major objective. You see, it's a community, but it's not a financial organization whereby everybody is being driven by profit objective. That is not the purpose of MMM. MMM is not a hype program. MMM is not a hype program. No, MMM is not a hype program. MMM is a community of ordinary people helping themselves willingly. They're helping each other willingly and financially, with the sole objective that they want to attain financial freedom for everyone. They live together, they help themselves willingly and committed with their finances in order to see that everybody become financially free. They become financially free. The ideology of MMM is based on benevolence, reciprocity, and gravitation. Those are the three basic principles upon which ideology of MMM is based. It's based on benevolence, reciprocity, and gravitation. MMM creates a fair and honest system where there is no financial slavery. In MMM, everybody is equal. There's no slave driver, there's no slave owner, there's no slave. Everybody is equal. Everybody is equal in the community of MMM. MMM is to serve as a replacement of the financial system where people borrow money and they pay interest, particularly from banks. It serves as a replacement, as an alternative to the crook and a wicked system that is already in existence, which is the banking system, whereby people borrow money and they continue to pay interest. You'll discover that even after some people has borrowed this money, they still continue servicing this debt until the last day of their life, which means throughout their life they live in perpetual bondage of debt. So, that is one of the ideology of MMM. He wanted to serve as a replacement for this wicked kind of system that is existing. Now, let's talk about how does MMM work. In MMM, participants that join must be ready to willingly provide aid to someone before himself can be heard. When you join as a participant, you must be ready that you willingly offer help financially to somebody in the community before yourself can be helped. Participants should not be less than 18 years. For you to be a participant in MMM, you should not be less than 18 years. Number 3, participants should take note that they were required to participate only with their spare money. That is, you join the community of MMM, you are required to participate only with your spare money. And they should also understand that the money they're using to participate is served as a donation to others, and whereby it's not in a compulsory that the money or the donation should come back to you. You should understand this ideology very well. And number 14 is that MMM, the amount of money you donated is deposited into your Magro account, and it grows every Tuesday and Thursday. The money you use to assist somebody is now, it will be deposited into your account, into your Magro account. You will see it there, and every Tuesday and Thursday you see the money growing. Now, number 15 is that your name will remain on the waiting list. After you've become a member and you have rendered help, your name will remain on a waiting list. And yes, you have rendered help on a waiting list until a participant is attached to you. Until that help that you have decided, that you have promised, that you have required, that you want to provide, you'll be on a waiting list until somebody within the community that needs that help is attached to you, and that is when you can now provide the help to the participant that needs it. And you should also understand that you qualify for help only when the help you render to somebody has been paid and the person has approved your payment. That means you have determined, you have this, you have said you want to help somebody. You have said you want to help somebody, and you've been merged with the participant, and you've paid the sum to that person account, and the person has confirmed you. Then you are now qualified to also request to get help from MMM. You also qualify. You should also understand that the money in your Magro account will continue to grow at 30% interest per month. It grow at 30% rate, rather 30% growing rate per month. Now let's talk about the rules that governs MMM. Where there's no rules, there's no sin. So in MMM, there is a rule that standardizes the activities of MMM. And number one rule in MMM is that you do not open multiple accounts in MMM. You are not allowed to open multiple accounts. If you do that, the penalty is that you'll be banned. Number two is that you do not share your email and bank details with other members in MMM. If you do that, you'll also be banned. Number three, you do not delay in paying others. When you are merged with a participant, you do not take them for granted. You do not delay in paying them, otherwise you'll be banned. Number four, you do not click on "I refuse to make payment" more than once in a month. So if there is any circumstances that beyond your power at that point in time where you are asked to pay a participant, the only privilege you have is that you don't have chance of clicking on "I refuse to make payment" more than once in a month, otherwise you'll be blocked. Then number 15 is that you do not fail to confirm payment. Whenever payment is being made to you, you do not fail to confirm it, otherwise you'll be blocked. Number 16 is that you do not edit or change your bank details less than 15 days before you request to get help. Which means if you change your bank details less than 15 days before you request to get help, you have to wait for another 15 days before you can request for that help. And number 7, you do not fail to write letter of happiness after you request, you've received help. You must always write your letter of happiness. Let's look at the benefit of MMM. The benefit of MMM is that it is free for all and sundry. It is free for all and sundry. It's free for everybody. It's a just